For decades, passwords have been the keys to our digital lives and also the weakest link. We have tried making them stronger, special characters, minimum lengths, two-factor codes, password managers, and yet they still get stolen, guessed, or phished every single day. But now, Apple, Google, and Microsoft are rolling out something they call Passkeys, a technology they could finally make passwords obsolete. And today, we'll break down what Passkeys are, how they work, and why the biggest names in tech are betting on passwordless nature. Let's get started. Before we get to Passkeys, let's be honest about why passwords keep failing us. First, humans are terrible at creating strong passwords. We reuse them across sites, we pick easy to guess ones, and we fall for phishing emails that trick us into handing them over. Second, even if you follow all the best practices, the websites you use might not. If their database gets breached, your password, hashed or not, could end up for sale in the dark web. Third, passwords are a single piece of static information. If someone gets it, they can impersonate you until you change it. That's why we layer on things like OTP codes or push notifications. But that adds friction and still isn't bulletproof. The result? Billions of stolen credentials every year, and security industry constantly patching a system that was never that secure to begin with. Passkeys are essentially a modern replacement for passwords, but instead of you remembering a secret, your device generates and stores a unique cryptographic key pair for each account. Here is the key difference. With a password, the same secret is stored on both your side and the server side. With Passkeys, the server never sees your private key. It only stores a public key. When you log in, your device proves it has the private key by signing a challenge from the server. No shared secret means there is nothing for hackers to steal from the database breach. And because passkeys are tied to your device and protected by biometrics like Face ID, Touch ID, or fingerprint reader, even if someone knows your username, they can't log in without physical access to your trusted device. In short, passkeys replace something you know with something you have and something you are, making phishing, credential stuffing, and brute force attacks much harder. Let's break it down step by step. When you create an account with a passkey-enabled site or app, your device, say your phone or laptop, generates two keys, a private key that never leaves your device and a public key that gets stored on the server. Later when you log in, the server sends your device a random challenge, basically saying, prove you are the real you. The device receives the challenge, you unlock the device, say using your Face ID, fingerprint or PIN, and then the private key signs the challenge. The signed challenge is sent back to the server. The server verifies the signature using your public key, and if it is valid, you are in. There is no shared secret like a password. The server can't be tricked into revealing the private key, and a fake phishing site won't have the correct public key to verify your signature. Even if you try to sign in on a phishing page, your device would know it's not the real domain and refuse. If you enable sync, your private keys are end-to-end encrypted and stored in your cloud keychain, iCloud, Google Password Manager, or Microsoft Authenticator, so they can be restored to new devices securely. If you don't use sync, you can still log in from a different device using a QR code handshake or Bluetooth proximity in your main device. And here is the nice part. Your private key is protected by your device's secure hardware. Things like the secure enclave on Apple devices or the TPM chip on your Windows machines. And it's unlocked only by your biometric or device PIN. Nothing reusable is sent over the network, only signatures tied to one-time challenges. And even if someone steals the public key database, it's useless without your device. The whole process is based on public key cryptography, the same underlying tech that secures HTTPS and SSH. But now it's baked into the login flow for everyday apps and websites. Now, Apple, Google, and Microsoft don't often agree on much, but here they are all in together. Why? Because for passkeys to replace passwords, they have to work everywhere, on your iPhone, your Windows laptop, your Android phone, and even in the browser. If Apple built their own system, Google built something different, and Microsoft went another way, you would end up with fragmented mess where your login only works on certain devices. By agreeing on the same open standards, FIDO2 and WebAuthn, they make sure a passkey created on your iPhone can unlock an app on your Windows PC or a website you visit in Chrome on Android. And because your passkey syncs securely via iCloud keychain, Google Password Manager, or Microsoft Authenticator, you can log in from any of your devices without manually transferring credentials. That cross-compatibility is the only way we get mass adoption. For users, it's faster and easier. You just approve a Face ID prompt or a fingerprint scan instead of typing something complicated. For companies, it drastically reduces phishing, credential stuffing, and the fallout from database breaches. In short, it's rare that the big three tech giants align on standards, but when they do, it usually means the change is coming fast. Now let's say you are creating a new GitHub account. You enter your username and email, and instead of being asked to create a password, your browser prompts you. Create a passkey for GitHub? You click yes, authenticate with Face ID, Touch ID, or your device PIN, and your device generates the private public key pair we just talked about. The private key stays locked inside your device's secure hardware, and the public key is sent to GitHub servers. So next time you log in, you just type your username. GitHub sends your device a unique one-time challenge. Your device signs in with your private key, and GitHub uses the stored public key to verify the signature. That's why even if someone breached GitHub's database, your account is safe. The public key alone can't lock them in. And because Passkeys can sync securely through iCloud Keychain, Google Password Manager, or Microsoft Authenticator, you could log into GitHub on your laptop and approve it from your phone in seconds. From your perspective, it's just type username, approve with biometrics, done. From GitHub's perspective, it's just verified a cryptographic proof that you are you, with no password and nothing reusable for attackers to steal. Now, Passkeys aren't magic switch that solves everything overnight. There are a few hurdles. First, adoption. Because not every website or app supports Passkeys yet. So for a while, you'll still need to juggle both passwords and passkeys. Second, device dependency. Your private key lives on your device. So if you lose all your devices and haven't set up sync or backup, you could lock yourself out. Most systems have account recovery options, but those have to be secure too. Third, user habits. People are used to passwords, and changing that behavior, especially for less tech-savvy users, takes time. And finally, phishing is much harder with passkeys, but it's not the end of all attacks. If your device itself is compromised, the attacker could use your passkeys just like they could use your stored passwords. Passwords have been the weakest link in our security for decades. Passkeys replace them with something far stronger. Cryptographic keys tied to your devices, protected by biometrics, and useless to attackers if stolen from a server. We are still in the early stages, but with Apple, Google, and Microsoft pushing the standard, passkeys could quickly become the default way we log in. Faster, safer, and without the constant password headaches. So the next time a site offers to create a passkey instead of password, give it a try. You might never want to go back. And if you want to really understand the cryptography that makes passkeys possible, check out my deep dive onto how SSH works. And if this video helped you see where logins are heading, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who still uses passwords for everything.